Hello and welcome to the Chasmtech video series. This is video number 1. We're going to be going into the forms design process and how we integrate your databases with your forms. We'll have other videos on such topics as printing and uploading information. Try to keep it fairly quick and to the point so that we don't take up a whole lot of your time. We know your time is valuable, and we do thank you for stopping by to look at our videos today. So let me jump right into it. Going to pull up the Form Designer application, and I'm essentially going to create a new form from scratch. In the interest of time, I'm not going to fully create it, but you'll get the idea of how this process works. So the first thing we do is we go to our Form Management tab here, and we click the Add button. That brings up a blank form. I'm just going to call this Video Demo Form. Okay. These are the applications or databases that can be associated with this form. These are set up by your database team in your IT department. I'm not going to get into a whole lot of depth there. That's really outside the scope of this video. But I'm going to go ahead and assign the test application to this database and add a table for our facility inspection log. So here's the table. If you are familiar with this screen layout, then you're probably a DBA, so you know what you're looking at. If you're not, don't worry about it because you probably wouldn't be asked to take care of this. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to the form view, because if we want to print it, we obviously have to have things on the page to print. This is a very simple process. The form actually comes from a PDF. That PDF could have been created anywhere. You could use Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Adobe. It doesn't matter what application you use to create this document, as long as when you're done, you can get it into a PDF format. Based on that and the database table that we just associated with that, I'm going to click the Create New Field Definitions button. And I don't need the inspector ID twice, so I'm going to take that out, and I'm going to hit OK. And what you have down here is a whole bunch of gobbledygook XML that essentially tells the software that there are database records associated with this form. So how does the software know where on the page the various records go? Well, that's the Forms Layout Designer. Okay, so what we have here is we have a copy of our PDF, and we have a series of yellow boxes. These yellow boxes are the associated fields. In this case, this is the inspector ID over here on the right. And what we do is we drag that down and we resize it so that it's on the area of the page where we expect that particular data point to be captured. And we do that with all of these fields. For a complicated form, it might take an hour or two, but it is a one-time process and does not need to be repeated in the future unless you make changes to your forms. To make sure we've got the right field, we just look over here. That's facility. This is facility data entry area, so we did that right. So this one is building. Going to move that in here. And that's how that works. Now, in the interest of time, I'm going to skip most of the rest, except I did want to show one thing here. So this is our deficiency number. And as you can see, the deficiency number is repeated on all the lines on this form. So once we get it put in place, we can simply edit, copy, and edit, paste. Usually I do that with the keyboard, but obviously you can't see that. And we have another copy that we can drop in here. To make it speedier, I can select them both at the same time and do a Control-C and a Control-V, and I've just created 4 more, and you see how that process would work. If I had all the fields across, I could copy the entire line down. So on a form where things are repetitive, it can be fairly quick to get this process done. We also have some align buttons, so I'm going to go ahead and say align centers so that all of these line up. I'm going to say align rights and align lefts, so that they're all in the exact same place on the page, and the layout looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and close and save this. And now this form is ready for use. Fairly simple process. If you have any questions, you can hit us up at sales@chasmtech.com. Our regular website is www.chasmtech.com. And if you're interested in continuing the demo, the next video, video number 2, will be our printing video. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.